web. It felt simple. I told him no. I didn't regret saving her. I regretted not seeing who she really was sooner. But the action itself, turning toward danger to protect someone I loved, that was who I was. Claire's response was who she was. Neither of us could change our nature. Bruce left looking marginally less destroyed. He had a plan now. People to contact. I'd given him Andrea's information and Roger's lawyer's number. The network of Claire's victims had become a support system of sorts. 2 months later, the local news ran a segment on survival, guilt, and friendship. They'd interviewed Claire without fact-checking her story. She sat there in soft lighting, talking about losing her best friend to trauma, how she'd tried to include me in her healing journey, but I'd become fixated on her. The backlash was immediate. People who knew the truth flooded the station's social media, posted screenshots, links to the wedding video, the whole history. The segment got pulled from their website within hours, but the damage was done. Claire lost her retail job. Apparently, customers had started recognizing her, asking uncomfortable questions. One woman had confronted her at the register, called her a liar in front of everyone. Management decided she was too much drama. She tried to file for unemployment, claiming wrongful termination, but there were multiple customer complaints on record, security footage of her arguing with shoppers. She'd been warned twice before the final incident. No case. Bruce's baby was born in the spring, a boy named Arthur. Bruce got a better lawyer than Roger had initially. He'd learned from Roger's mistakes, documented everything from day one. He filed for custody before Arthur was even born. Claire fought it, of course, claimed Bruce had abandoned her while pregnant, but his lawyer had prepared for that. They had proof of her lies, the dead husband story, the fake wealth claims. The judge ordered a psychological evaluation. I don't know the exact results. Those records were sealed, but Bruce got primary custody from day one. Claire got supervised visits again, same as with Sophia. 2 babies, 2 different fathers, same restricted access. She tried to spin it on social media, posted about the system failing mothers, about gender bias in family court, but her audience had dwindled to almost nothing. Most of her followers were bots, or people keeping tabs on the drama. Roger and Bruce ended up becoming friends. Weird situation, but they bonded over their shared experience. They coordinated custody schedules so Claire's visits with both kids happened on the same days, made it easier for everyone, including the court-appointed supervisor. Julie, Roger's new wife, was pregnant by then. They were having twins. Roger sent me a baby announcement, a small gesture that meant more than he probably knew. We weren't friends exactly, but we'd been through something together. Survived Hurricane Claire. Around that time, I started dating someone, a physical therapist named Jordan who worked at a different clinic. They'd never heard of Claire or the shooting or any of it. It was nice, starting fresh with someone who saw me as more than my scars or my story. Jordan was patient with my quirks, the way I always sat facing the door, how I needed to know where exits were. They didn't push when I wasn't ready to talk about certain things, just accepted me as I was. We'd been together 6 months when Claire tried one last play. She showed up at my work. I was a medical billing specialist by then, working at a small practice. She walked in during my lunch break, Sophia on her hip during one of her supervised visits. The supervisor was there, looking uncomfortable. Claire said Sophia had been asking about me, said she talked about me all the time, wanted to meet her namesake. It was a lie, obviously. Sophia wasn't named after me, and at barely 2 years old, she wasn't asking about anyone. I looked at that little girl, Claire's daughter, who looked so much like her mother. She was chewing on a toy, oblivious to the drama, innocent in all of this mess. I felt sorry for her, growing up with Claire's chaos. I told Claire to leave. The supervisor apologized, said Claire had insisted on stopping by, said it wouldn't happen again. I watched them walk away, Claire's shoulders rigid with anger. Sophia waved bye-bye over her mother's shoulder. I waved back. That night, I made a decision. I was done being part of Claire's story, done being the villain or the victim or whatever role she needed me to play. I blocked her on everything, changed my phone number, made my social media private. The others from our survivor network understood. Some followed suit, cutting Claire off completely. Others kept watching from a distance, unable to look away from the ongoing train wreck. We all